Incentive programs for renewable energy are most often enacted through the creation of new laws. Therefore, in order to realize an Empire State Solar Initiative here in New York that is driven by a feed-in tariff, iHeartPV is focused on a legislative path to victory. That means getting bills passed in the state legislature in Albany and signed into law by the governor. 2009 represents an unprecedented opportunity because this year, for the first time ever, feed-in tariff legislation has been introduced in both chambers of the legislature, the State Assembly and the State Senate. Called the New York Energy Sources Act, the legislation calls for the creation of a feed-in tariff for a number of different clean power technologies, including PV. The State Assembly bill, numbered A00187, was introduced by Assemblymember Andrew Hevesy of the 28th Assembly District in Queens. The State Senate bill is numbered S2715 and was introduced by Senator Antoine Thompson of the 60th Senate District in Buffalo. Getting the bills introduced was a great start, but in order for the New York Energy Sources Act to actually become a law, it must now pass through a complicated and convoluted legislative process. And because it is a new bill, it has the added challenge of simply not being that well known among legislators. In fact, hundreds of bills are introduced into the legislature each year, but the majority of them do not progress very far, and an even smaller number actually become law. What then will cause the New York Energy Sources Act to succeed? That's where you come in. If New York is to get its own feed-in tariff, it is essential that citizens give direct feedback in support of the act to their own state senators and assembly members. Feedback can take many forms, such as phone calls, individual letters, and even face-to-face visits. When feedback swells, this creates momentum for the legislation and helps push it through the process and onward towards becoming a law. But when there is little supportive feedback from citizens, legislation will not move very far or gain the attention and consideration of the legislature. That means that your participation in the process is absolutely essential to the passage of the New York Energy Sources Act and the realization of the Empire State Solar Initiative's goals. And that's why iHeartPV has created tools that will help you and members of your community give feedback in support of the New York Energy Sources Act today. Just click on the tab labeled Make It Happen directly below to access them right now and to take action. So don't wait. Start sending your feedback now and help build New York's solar-powered future.